What you mean? Like, we already in it.
Nah, I'm saying let's get into it.
Remember what I told y'all, man? Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? This is my goal. This is all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. It's recording right now. It's recording right now, bro. We here live in the place to be. Yo, bro, this is what life is about, man. I'm learning this shit. You know what I mean? Shout out, yo, this is Wise of the Sixth Element, where hip hop and sociology collage. You know what I'm saying? We're in the place to be with my bro Poetic Silence. Yo, me and Cunyo in the building. Let them know what you want to be called though. What do you go by?
It's Cunyo.
Hey Cunyo?
A-K-H-U-N-Y-O.
Alright, hey Cunyo. Shout out to A Game. He's about to get in front of the camera too. Stop messing around, bro. We gotta build, bro. Yo, listen, this has been a long time coming. Man, shut up. No, shut up.
You preaching right now, man.
Yo, get the
footwork. We back, baby.
Yo, get the footwork. We back, baby. Yo, look at this package. Yo, that's Pastor Bradley shit, yo. Pastor Bradley's in the building, yo. Yo, show the footwork. I know that's a pet peeve, yo. He gets slapped behind the knee.
Bro, that shit kill, bro. That shit kill like a motherfucker.
Yo, it's strategic every time, bro. You feel me?
Yo, you post that shit? That shit, of course. Send that shit to you, bro. That shit gotta be fire.
Yeah, man. I mean, we live right now, man.
We live?
I want, everybody, please introduce yourself. I introduce everybody, but it's only right that everyone introduce themselves the way they want to be introduced.
It's only right. That's only right. The poetic silence go first. It's a tradition.
Oh, so you going by seniority? Again, go first. No, fast, bro. I'm just going by the order, bro. It's not the order thing.
Yeah, boy, so let me remind you of something real quick.
Bro, what I do? Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Water.
Well, I suppose they call me A Game, but apparently they just gonna start calling me old man.
No. A Game is.
Nah, he said A Game is old man.
I stopped myself right before.
All right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yo, it's A Game. You know what I'm saying? Advocate of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Friend of the show. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. You know, I'm also behind the cameras. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pass it off to my man.
Hold up. Real quick though, because you see, the last time we were here, we were giving flowers, and I feel like it's only right to give A Game his flowers. 100%. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
First of all, he's being too modest.
Oh, this is where you gonna start this now?
Yeah,
no, you know I'm gonna end it.
Oh, I know you ain't gonna end it. I already know. You know what I'm saying? I prepared myself. You know what I mean? I tested my eyes in the wind, and I didn't drop no tears. Not fucking. Yo, listen, man. A Game is like the big homie of the Sixth Element. You know what I mean? He's being modest when he says that he's like the advocate, like, cause he didn't just like mentor us in the sense like, nah, you gotta do this, not that. He let us do what we were supposed to do, right? And then when we ask for advice, he'll give you the old pack advice that you need. So, you know, everyone needs that in their cipher. That's why it's very important to give A Game his flowers. Now, and I'm just talking about one layer of this shit, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going, bro.
Appreciation.
You already know, bro.
Yeah. Yo, A Game. What up? Respect. That's it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
100
Respect. Be cool.
Respect, bro.
Come on, man.
Get the flowers, man. Get the flowers.
Yo, we got an album coming out soon too, B. Straight up.
That's a fact. Yo, it's already done. It's like 90%.
It's called Unorthodox Thoughts.
Right. Y'all worry about the mixing and mastering. We don't do that shit. We just go straight into it, raw. Shoot the club up. Absolutely.
Whoa. I don't even get that like that.
Yo, coming up next, you know what I mean? My bro Zay right here, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself. And then you go get your fucking flowers.
Bless. Peace to the world, people. It's your boy, Poetic Silence. If y'all know. If y'all don't, get to know me. Feel me? People always ask me, about myself. What can I say about myself? Honestly, I'm a poet resurrected from a pit of poetic souls with a message looking for my purpose. So honestly, that's where I see myself. I'm still on my journey of life, still elevating, still congregating, still meditating as we do this shit. You feel me? Six Element style.
All right, now it's time to give him his flowers, right? Poetic Silence, like when he wakes up, he brushes his teeth, and then he goes to work. You feel me? And then he doesn't come back until 2 days after, so he doesn't brush his teeth until 2 days after. You know what I'm saying? No, but that says a lot about his work ethic through the years, bro. And like you're leading the way as a father, as a gentleman, as a leader, as a silent guy. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima too much, but like I use it metaphorically. Like there was a part where there was like a sensei that was at the top of a snow mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like he's like the sensei at the top of the snow mountain because a lot of people didn't make it to the top of that mountain, but you made it there and you're training people on how to get better. So that I kind of look at you as that. I'm gonna find out the name and give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be your new alias. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But shout out to Poetic Silence. I said a lot right there. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, bro.
You know what I mean? Cunyo is new to this platform, but you know he's not no stranger. He's not a stranger to the essence that brought us together. You know what I mean? In 2013. So you know what I mean? I want you to introduce yourself. You know what I mean? And we're gonna start this off. You feel me?
Yeah, yo, how y'all doing? It's your boy A Cunyo. If you don't already know, it's AKHUNYO. Cause I already know people gonna try and say it some funny way, right? Yeah, nah, it's A Cunyo, and we just out here just doing what we gotta do. You know what I mean?
Wait, what's the funny way?
Listen, yo, all right. Well, I'm really glad that you brought it up because now I gotta get into it. I mean, if we gonna keep it a buck, right? So I'm gonna break it down, right? That's my last name, but I spell it different. Cause if I spelled it how it's normally spelled, I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody's chopping that. I've dealt with that all my life, yo. Anthony Cujo. Anthony, yo, no bull. Yo, this is the most disrespectful. I swear, I don't think anybody has ever disrespected me. Yo, PE, 8th grade. Teacher, I wanted to smack the shit out of her. We was sitting crisscross applesauce in the gym, right? She gonna run roll call. She gonna come up to my name. You know what she gonna say?
What you gonna say?
She gonna call you patty cake or some shit like that?
Anthony Congo?
Anthony Congo.
What the fuck?
They
Bitch,
blessed you with the whole
what?
country.
What are you talking? Huh?
They blessed through the whole country.
Bro.
Oh, she dyslexic.
Yo, first of all, there's one O in my name.
Right.
At the end. CUGNO. How you get Congo out of that?
Dyslexia. Bro.
Like you that's why you a PE
theory.
teacher in 8th grade. That's why you an 8th grade PE teacher. Like
I mean, that's not a bad job at all. I'm not gonna lie. You're fulfilling social responsibilities. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here today.
Okay.
We can't just get by just saying what we want to say when we're saying it. So you know what I'm saying? No, but I understand because bro, my name, people are always going. Yo, is it short for Mackenzie? Where do you see a Mick? I'm not no McDonald's menu, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? My name is Kenzie, Kenz. Don't say IE is Y. Okay, it's Kenzy.
Right.
I'm not gonna put the whole government out there. You know what I'm saying? Because our name is Wise and the sixth element, but hip hop and sociology collage.
That's
Big fact. But yeah, man, that's me. You know, so you keep that rolling. You know.
Word, man. You know what I'm saying? We introduced everybody here, right? I think we did, right?
Nah.
I was playing though. Damn. I was like, damn. Come on.
Nah. But out of respect for this brother, you feel me? You know, he's come a long way. A long way. You feel me?
And you have a long way.
I thought y'all say you got a long neck.
Oh, you thought it.
But on some real shit.
No, real shit.
Yo, Brad. Mr. Bradley. Brad Haru. Mr. Make Moves Not Excuses 2.0.
Yes, sir.
Second generation.
Second generation, but it's been handed down. You got the torch now, my brother. Mr. Youth Advocate of the Sixth Element.
Yo, that's my start. That's my start, bro. That's my foundation.
We're gonna introduce you as the Youth Advocate, and we're gonna talk about your elevation from there. We not gonna talk about it. You gonna talk about it. And we gonna pitch in where we feel we gotta
pitch in. Absolutely, because you're not just gonna get by saying what you want to say.
My brother, your accomplishments and where you have been to where you have become and still growing into is truly amazing, my brother. So I'm gonna need you to step up to the mic.
Oh, yo, hold on. Let me dap you up, though. That was fine, OG. No cap. Let me dap you up. Hey, listen, honestly, Bradley Soufron is my name. Brad Heru was the name that I utilize when I make art. I started off as a lost jit. For those who don't know what jit is, it's a slang in Miami for kid, right? I was lost.
Nah, you gotta break it down for real. You really know what jit means?
So look, peep, right? When you look at jit,
I don't think he knows.
in Miami,
it's
right?
An acronym. An abbreviation.
In Miami, right? Hold up. In Miami, there's the bus and then there's the jitney, right? So I used to take the jitney back home from school because it was cheaper, and usually it was an old Haitian man about like 65 years old driving it. It was like a little van, but it was hot as hell on that joint. Now, if you could have missed the bus and you saw that jitney, you're going to catch the jitney because you're going to only pay like 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? It was for the low. So because it's called jit, it's because it's a reflection of the jitney. The jitney was just a smaller version of a bus in Miami.
See, that's not my origin and shit.
That's cool. But regardless though,
I want to hear that.
on some real, I'm so glad that they gave me the opportunity back, I think it was 2013, to actually have to first of all, come to the Boys and Girls Club. You know, I called like 3 times, of course, them niggas took forever to slide. But when they finally came through, I was so inspired. I've never seen a line of individuals of color who are not even that much older than me speaking this knowledge, bro. And mind you, like, that was exactly when I had just awakened, right? I had met this man named Jovan at a bus stop. Bro had a Black Panther tattoo, the same tattoo that I have right here, right? He had a Black Panther tattoo right on his neck. And he sat there and he spoke to me. He told me about Dr. Umar Johnson. I start listening to bro, and then for some reason, Fabiola Hippolyte, my mentor, rest in peace. Thank you for everything that you ever done for me.
Fabi's faith for life.
She really sat there and connected me with Kenny Montero, who put me on to a book named The Alchemist. And then she connected me with Kenzie, Will Mike. She connected me with John Williams, Jahoff. Those were the first 4 people I seen come through. And when they came through and spoke, I was like, these brothers is smart. I want to grow up and be like them. And it's crazy because they say, yo, we come through on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday come through. Guess what I did? I went through. Me and my boy Chris, we went over there. Sometimes Marquise, sometimes Edmund, you feel me? But the first thing that he did for me, though, because I had dreams of being an artist, and they literally said, yo, come through, we're going to interview you 2 Wise, right? And we had that first interview.
Oh, before we even get into that, we got to go into the science for 2 Wise.
Wait. Before we do that, I just got to say, then I met Dre, then I met Alex, then I met Lucia. Yeah. And like, just listen, I am a product of my mentors. Mm-hmm. But I was created by my parents.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
That's real.
That's me just paying homage to everybody. I would not be who I am if they didn't take the time to water me with their knowledge. I swear to God.
Bless.
I mean, you water me with the knowledge too, though. Yeah, look. It's always reciprocated. Like, you know what I mean? It may not be by your words, but your essence and who you are, what you stand for, like what your value system is. Like, that's what drove us just as much. You know what I mean? Because like the ambition, like not everyone has like that drive that you harness and you manifest it no matter what. Like, you know what I mean?
And the
like that's
passion with the way you move, bro.
Yeah.
Your passion is crazy. When you set your sights on something, bro, like you don't care what's happening the next day. When that's your plan to like really get into something, like yo, you don't play around. Like you focus and you in there. And that's why you've inherited the Mr. Make Moves, Not Excuses, my brother. Because, yo, I've never seen another brother like you who is like, yo, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get it done. It's either y'all doing it with me or I'm riding Dolo. And on some real
there's brothers that we know around the way like
yo,
that. You know what I mean?
But for you, the way you make things happen, bro. The way you make things happen, it's not even just with yourself. Like, from seeing you at protests, speaking at these rallies, your events you've thrown, the way you can rally people behind you, that support, that like, yo, how they say the DJ controls the crowd, bro. Yo, no, bull, you like a walking DJ, bro, because the way you just can control an area without even a mic, bro, is crazy, and I respect you for that.
Respect, man. Respect and love, man. Nah, for real, man. You take all them flowers. Take all of it. You know what I mean? Yo. Everyone got their flowers? Yo, you know, Acunio didn't get his flowers yet, right? But, yo, can we be solid? You know what I mean? About how we met? Because, you know, I'm not going to get into it too much. It doesn't matter right now because we built on it.
We met before that.
And we met before that as well. Like, you know what I mean? I met you through Sage. Shout out to Sage.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Pulled up to his crib for his graduation, and we were building there. Bradley was, Bogot was there too, you know, and we were chopping it up, building like on some, like, you know, we're looking at everything in a scientific manner. You know what I mean? Like, there were scientific methods that not everyone is willing and able to hold that type of conversation about what's going on in your environment and what's going on around you. So like we were chopping it up for hours and everything. And yo, hey Cunyo, like yo, you're solid. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like you know, June was a fucking crazy month. You know what I mean? Like
2020 was a crazy year.
2020, it's
still a crazy year.
I
feel you, June in specifics.
I say June specifically. Like I feel like life is life, but there was something about June that really hit. You know what I mean? That everything sort of like revealed itself in a manner because we're not always right. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that not everyone could wear that though. It's like, you know, we're not always right in what we do. However, it's all about how you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So Cunyo solid in this manner because you know what I mean? Like without getting too far into because it's not really important for this podcast episode. Like there was something that I didn't agree with. You know what I mean? In terms of like how we publicly display what we are thinking or feeling. You know what I mean? Without really, thinking about how it can harm somebody or harm a group of people. So like, we built on the backside, bro. But and that's what we need, bro. We need more accountability. And it's like it shouldn't be something that feels tense and like, something that like
a lot of people can't take accountability for people, because us as humans, we all know like people make mistakes, people fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't always do the right choice, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I feel like it really comes down to as long as you take accountability for your fuck ups and you make your strides to like show that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a fuck up, that's not who you is, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like the biggest part. It's like I feel like a lot of people don't know how to take accountability. Like instead of like, oh yeah, I fucked up, my B, they're like, nah, you're wrong, and they'll write that out to the death. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's where it's like people need to just feel me, get right with it.
That's 100%.
Right.
With accountability, I feel like that's definitely like a form of elevation or growth within oneself.
Yeah, it shows maturity. It shows that you're an adult. You can take responsibility for what you know what I'm saying.
Conversations,
100%.
Like, I mean, what's adult conversations though, right? As you define it, as we define it, because it can mean something different for everyone.
Right.
Like a lot. I feel like I just remember like there's been aspects of like okay, we're having an adult conversation. You're not in this conversation because you're a kid. You know what I mean? When it's something that you actually should hear. That would actually help you deal with a situation similar to it when you cross it. You know what I mean? So like, what does it mean? Like in terms of like adult conversations. Because the way I think about it, for me, it's like, can we be responsible without emotions while we're going through things we logically need to get through in order to get to the place we need to go with it? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's how I
say that again.
They ain't gonna make me say all that shit.
No,
I got you.
The last line. That was pivotal. What you just said.
Say it.
Hit him.
Say it.
Hit him with that line. Hit him with that line. Say that one more time.
You said. When we're going through something mentally, like I'm paraphrasing, right?
Oh, you already off.
I'm already.
All right.
That's why I said again.
I was buying time. I got it. I'm back. I'm back in the mix. You feel me? Nah, hold up. So I was saying that like how responsible can you be while we're going through like how responsible are you with your emotions, while we're going through something we logically need to in order to get to like a solution for a problem, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like cuz like I feel like emotions do, not just emotions but the mental state of where you're at in a certain moment could affect how you approach a certain conversations 100%. And it also you may be like cognizant of parameters that were built around someone who you have that problem with, and you're like, damn, I can't even break through this shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like it could vary, but as long as, for me, being an adult is as long as you are willing to, you know what I mean, be 100% yourself in that situation and being responsible with your emotion. Like not projecting it on somebody else.
Being yourself in that situation, that's where the problem technically comes in, because a lot of people really can't be themselves. Shit, like I forgot who else I went to the other day. I was like, I find Corona ironic, how we gotta wear a mask everywhere you go, and why I don't understand why people have a problem with it, because motherfuckers was wearing masks either way prior to that. Nobody's really them true selves outside, especially when dealing with the situation, unless you a quote unquote, real motherfucker, and you just gonna blow up on a situation and just pour your feelings out. There are people who are out there like that, but there are those who are out there who are like, I feel some type of way, but I gotta heed caution. I can't say what I really want to say because I don't know how that's gonna affect you in return. You feel me? So how do you break that mindset down or that habit out? You feel me?
Bro, I had to do that, bro, because I had a conversation with him like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, Brad, you should really let the world know how you feel politically, because politically I'm not aligned with what I'm usually. I was yo, you think you I'm on your neck.
Wait, no. This is pivotal. Absolutely.
So what happened?
I respect you.
So what happened was that it was crazy because I dead had to look myself in the mirror and say, yo, Brad, the candidate that you support for president is a candidate that your people hate. You are still for your people, and you understand what you understand. Wise told me, you should go on Facebook and let the people know how you really feel.
Yeah.
But I knew that I was going to get canceled, I was going to get dragged. But you know what I had to do, brother?
What's up?
I just had to realize that a lot of the individuals that are going to judge me are people who have in no way, shape, or form aided me in being who I am today. So their opinion of what I stand for really doesn't matter.
Let's get into that. You know what I'm saying? No, like, cause let's get into that because I want to think that the sixth element is going to represent like just we're having responsible social discourse about beliefs, values, right? Like everything about society, bro. That we are the fabric of it. So you are the fabric of it. There's a lot of people who believe what you believe in. I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing either. But I'm looking at it objectively, and I want to ask because I was waiting for this shit. I knew.
Who's your candidate, bro?
I knew you.
Who's your candidate, bro?
I mean, it's kind of obvious, but go. You can talk about it.
Who you voting for this?
Listen.
Just say it.
I am a person of color. I am black. I know who I am. I know where I come from. I am very knowledgeable in my history. And I, after having researched, that, for the past 60 years, who has been governing the black community? The person who has been governing the black community, the party has been the Democratic Party.
You voted for Trump.
So, wait. The black community today is a reflection of the Democratic Party that's been governing us for the past 65 to 70 years. And so you look at the ghettos, you look at the mass incarceration, you look at the school to prison pipeline. You also want to take a seat and look how the trash is all over our community. It's not maintained. Not at all equal opportunities. You look at that and you realize that, man, who's the cause of all of these issues? It's the Democrats. It's the Hillary Clintons. It's the Joe Bidens. But then every year they come back in your community and ask for your vote. And because you're loyal to who you like, as opposed to what you need policy-wise, you are being deceived into voting for somebody who doesn't have your best interest at heart. I had to look at myself in the mirror and realize that Donald Trump was a better candidate. Because when I realized that Joe Biden sat there and created a crime bill that aided, police officers in the law and disproportionately incarcerated our young brothers and our young sisters, for drugs that they've imported into the community, that made me realize that, listen, how am I going to sit here and vote? How am I going to sit here and vote for a candidate that has had a hand in mass incarcerating my brothers and sisters? Matter of fact, in high school, I fought against the school to prison pipeline. Because in Brockton High School, they disproportionately disciplined black students for non-drug, non-violent, non-criminal offenses. And I was one of those students getting incarcerated in the office. So I had to change that. I was fighting against school to prison pipeline. So to hear that the candidate that's running for president had created that policy and has the audacity to come back and say, I'm not black if I don't vote for him. No, brother, I'm not black if I vote for you. You know why? Because I'd be unintelligent to believe a word that comes out your mouth. See, Donald Trump, all of these presidents haven't done shit for us. Barack Obama did more for the LGBT community than he's done for black people in general. He comes from Chicago, Chirac, been canceled. But you Donald Trump, name you a couple things he's done for us. You feel what I'm saying? I'll name you a couple things. Number one, unemployment rate when he was president, before the coronavirus, was 8.5, and that's the lowest it's ever been in the history of America in the black community. That's number one. Go ahead. Number two, okay, we also have to take into account the free choice. He allows students that come from inner cities to go to any district of a school if they are able to get there. Who does that help? That helps us. Because realistically speaking, sometimes if I grow up in Brockton, I have to go to that district. That's number two. Number three, he extended the funding for HBCUs for the next 10 years. No other president did that. The black president didn't even do that. Number four, prison reform. He created a prison reform bill that's helping our brothers and sisters who are locked up for drugs. I'm talking marijuana. Now we gonna look at Kamala Harris in California, a district attorney that put more black brothers away than any other district attorney. And we gonna vote for her because she black? No, bruh, she a coon. She not for you. She not who you. Regardless though, that's why I voted for Donald Trump. Reason being, because out of all of these presidents, even though I may not agree with everything that he says, he did not forget to do for all Americans. He did for us, and he also helped the economy for us all in some way, shape, or form. And that's my take on it.
You mind if
I don't mind, brother.
if I may, do you mind if
I don't mind, but I just know you're gonna. I know you're gonna come through with some fire.
Well, what I'm gonna say, right, before I get into anything, first and foremost, is you're gonna vote for who you vote for. Where I stand is that black people don't even have a horse in the race to make a clear determination on who's actually going to represent you in office. Also, I don't believe that the analysis that people usually spew about Donald Trump is holistic, because you got to look at the holistic nature of who he is and also who he appointed into certain seats. Mm-hmm. First of all, the education system is fucking up because Betsy DeVos doesn't have any clear. She has no experience in the game when it comes to the education system, and I know you feel it I know you feeling it on the back end, right? Not at all. Okay. Well, let's be clear. In Boston, right? When this is a pandemic, right? That's going on. A pandemic, more so. Yeah, you're right. So a pandemic has occurred, and there's kids that are still in schools. They don't have clear ventilation systems. Schools are not clean. You know what I mean? That's all. I'm not even talking about the budget. Let's talk about the work ethic. Let's talk about what's like being encouraged and what's not being encouraged. And I don't believe that there's any advancement when it comes to the public education system, and also is being fucked over by the charter schools and private school in terms of funding. So I mean, I think that there's no horse in the race for black people, in my opinion. And I don't support Biden. I don't support Kamala Harris. I don't support Mike Pence. I don't support Donald Trump. Now, I'm not going to say that they're wrong in everything that they say. I'm not going to project my emotions towards what they say, so then I don't have a clear vision of what exactly is going on. So like when it comes to what Donald Trump says, at times it makes sense. At times Biden, it would make sense for certain matters. For certain matters. But now what I weigh, right, for me to say that there's no horse in the race for black people is that, okay, everyone's going to talk about Joe Biden and the fact that he wrote the 3 strikes law, and everyone's going to talk about Donald Trump and talk about how he wanted to execute the exonerated 5 when, in the newspaper, amongst other things that we don't have to get into. But at the end of the day, like I'm in Brockton, Massachusetts, well, probably right now, thinking who's going to be a leader for me. Like, I'm not looking to this system in place to find a leader, because that's what people are looking for, and I don't think you're gonna find that in politics, to be honest with you. And so I'm not telling you not to vote for this person or that person. I'm not even straddling the fence with this one, because I'm not even in that fucking field. I'm not in that court. Now, it's not about rebuttal. It's about social discourse and conversation, bro. Right, well, can I mean, you could, of course, okay, absolutely. Okay. Come on through, tap in.
Okay.
Tap in.
And you know, here's one thing I definitely say I agree with him on. It's like, I can't say there's going to be a president that's really going to save the black community. So in terms of what Kenzie's saying, he's technically right. regardless of who you vote for, our reality is not going to change so long as we remain dependent on individuals who used to enslave us to lead us. That's just it's a fact. But if I had to be 100, when you talking about the education system and saying now, okay, Donald Trump appointed an individual that had no background in education, well, in Brockton public schools in particular, there was additional funding, okay, because of the tax write-offs that Trump was able to give to wealthy individuals that went right back into the public education systems in a lot of inner cities that were able to be utilized to promote more programming to help the students that are in impoverished conditions. All I'm saying is that I would not be in that education system if there wasn't additional funding. And right now, we have more funding than we did under the Obama administration. I don't know if y'all remembered, but every single year from like 2013, 2014, even 2015, you know, there was always teacher write-offs, right? A lot of teachers getting the pink slip, you feel me? So like, what I'm saying is that economically, which is what we really need to focus on, you're not supposed to vote for somebody you like. You're supposed to vote for somebody who has your best interests economically. That's where we get it all messed up. Black people need to stop voting for a candidate that you like because they have been groomed to be somebody you like.
Okay, so what about Trump's, you know, plans for the cuts on low income, you know, assistance with SNAP in situations like that?
Right, healthcare.
And healthcare, exactly.
Trying to take away the ACA and then not having any, just, oh, we've got big things coming.
But they have no plan.
On
There's no plan for nothing. For nothing.
I mean, I before you even get in, right? Because I see you about to jump out your shoes right now. You know what I mean?
He's ready.
You're doing the tap dance, bro. Yeah. No, listen. No.
You want to fight?
On camera, bro.
Tap dance? Don't disrespect.
I'm messing with you, but come on. You better stop.
I mean, you got the tap shoes.
No, these fly with it. You fly with it. No. I'm not saying you tap dancing for it. Don't take it out of context, all right? You know what I mean? Before I get crazy. Anyway, no. What I'm saying, bro, like usually, like this is what I bear witness to a lot in terms of like how the conversation goes around politics. That like he just made a point that amounted to why like he's not fucking with boy. You're not fucking with boy. No. You could rebuttal all day.
No.
However, like you're not Donald Trump. Donald Trump got an answer to that.
He did, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of us don't pay attention to that. We don't.
Okay. No, Jesse.
All right. Okay. So the only time that you see any clip of Donald Trump, you gotta understand anything that the media promotes for you to hate is probably was for you. Never forget that. The media, we talking about seeing every single major news outlet is spending millions of dollars in propaganda to get you to assassinate his character. Why? Because he is not controlled by those companies who are the elitists that have an agenda. He does not play into their role, and he is not a piece of their chessboard. He created his own chessboard. That's why since day one, he has been attacked. That's number one. Number two, we got to keep it 100. He talking about healthcare. He talking about SNAP. He talking about welfare. SNAP was one of the things that was aiding in destroying the black community. Because you couldn't have welfare without not having a black man in the home. So why would we continue to continue a tradition that promotes separation amongst the family and the black community?
True, where is the plan, you know, for the people in low income? Because I understand. I understand and how that whole system works is fucked up. Like a lot of them, you can't keep a bank account, especially, you know, if you're like in housing, you can't have a savings account. They track all your money. They track fucking, if you get fucking, what the fuck is it called? Child support. They count that as income. Even though it's not consistent, they count it as income. So there's a lot of drawbacks and fuck ups to that whole system. Why not revamp it? Why is there no plan to revamp it? Because at the end of the day, there are going to be those who are still in low income and who's going to need that assistance. So why, instead of cutting off, why not, you know, restructure it? There's no plan to restructure.
I feel like there should be like extra, like especially like with like food stamps and welfare and all that, because you know welfare. I feel like welfare gets a bad rep because a lot of people do abuse it. They do. A lot of people, you know, oh, I'm gonna have 5-6 kids and I'm not gonna have to work because I'm gonna get paid by the government. Exactly. You know what I mean? But then there's also families who really need it, are struggling, and they apply for it, and they get told, oh, you make like $10 more than you're supposed to per month. Exactly. And it's like, so over $10, you're telling me that I can't get a couple extra $100 to feed my family. And I feel like they should have more like case by case, like really like analyze the situation. Like, okay, you got X amount of, you know, or no, it doesn't even have to be all that. Like, it's just like, what are you doing to, like, you know, elevate? What are you doing to try and do better? Are you just sitting there, you know, taking the money and just like letting that be your main source of income, or are you actively trying to, like, you know, better your situation and just using it as your, you know, your bump from, you know, homelessness? Because nothing for nothing. A lot of people don't realize it, but I don't know the exact number. I'm pretty sure it's like 40 or 50% of Americans is like 1 or 2 paychecks away from homelessness.
100%.
Like, and it's real like that. Like, a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. They may not look like it, but you'd be surprised when they open up the check and
he should propose a program where I would lean more towards him if he was doing some shit like he restructures the program where it doesn't separate the family and where, you know, it's like you said, it's all about rebuilding, you know, actual assistance. Yo, you need help, we're gonna help you do this, X, Y, and Z, so, you know, we'll be able to cut you off till you're completely independent and stabilized on your own, as opposed to what it is now. Completely cutting it off, bro.
I just wanna make sure I reiterate the fact that this is a capitalist nation. First of all, we're not supposed to be getting no help at all, right? This is not socialism. This is not communism. This is capitalism. That's number one. Number two, I understand what you're saying. It's definitely valid. But his solution is providing the community that is impoverished with new opportunities to work, to accumulate funds. Now, you look at a company like Amazon, right, that had one of the biggest tax write-offs this year. They've been hiring all across the country. There's access to get money, welfare individuals or people who can't find a job. So now, if you have the opportunity to find a job that is a reflection of your education, let's not forget, every single person in America had the opportunity to be educated, am I right or wrong? Now, if you chose a path that was not in any way, shape, or form going to lead you to a path to accumulate wealth for your future family, then now that's on you. But at least you're still able to work. At least you're still able to get a job. So when you cut the programs like that and provide jobs and opportunities for people to work, that's the time where that's the real solution, because you're teaching people to be independent as opposed to dependent. See, the Democrats want you to be dependent upon the government as opposed to a woman, a black woman in particular, being dependent on you. They'd rather be you. So she don't trust you no more. So that system that you're saying needs to be continue to be promoted is a system that destroyed us in the first place.
I feel you, and I understand you on that, especially with the whole socialism aspect and all that criteria. But on some real shit, you keep talking about jobs. What jobs? I always hear
Amazon. That's number one. They've been hiring. Matter of fact,
if you need
a job, if you really need a job, I want you to go to Stoughton, the Revolution to Inspire Center. Okay, is offering jobs. He has a partnership with Amazon where you can walk in, apply, and get a job and provide for yourself. And guess what? It's not $11 an hour. It's $15. It's $16. You can make bread. There's opportunities out here. If you don't take it, you don't want it.
Word, man. Yeah, man. Like, let's get off this topic of politics. You know what I mean? Because, you know, contrary to what a lot of interviews, how it usually goes, especially in this time, it's very intense. You know, everybody is emotionally like, the emotions are intense right now. But we have to let certain things breathe so then we can analyze it for what it is objectively. Because if you project your emotion into it, then what's the point? So moving on, you know what I mean? Respect to Bro God, you know, no respect to cancel culture is very temporary. You know, can we talk about that? Can we talk about cancel culture? This is a word.
So I got a topic right now.
Let's go.
Okay. This is about to be controversial.
Please.
I don't know if you guys are ready for this.
I'm ready for it.
Throw it on.
Make sure you keep your words. You know, I know both of you guys got women. So
okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
Make
it's fine,
sure
bro.
you just,
We
you know.
build.
All right. So the thing I wanted to talk about is Toronto's own
Drake?
I already know what you're talking about.
Tory Lanez.
Oh, okay.
and Houston's own Megan Thee
Megan
Stallion.
Thee Stallion, yeah. Yeah.
Now, this is a hip hop
Platform.
podcast
Yes.
where hip hop and sociology collide.
We talked the sociology. Let's get into the
if you
hip
could
hop.
speak a little bit about the sociology.
Whew, of that situation?
Yo,
Just a little bit. Just get us on the
Kenzie,
sociology.
how you
aspect
gonna go
of it.
about this one, bro? I'm listening.
No. First of all, like it goes to my previous point about how people like they jump on things before they use their critical thinking in order to come to a conclusion, right? It's me paraphrasing what I said last, but it's all in the same lane. Because at the end of the day, the sociology of how people think is making people jump into something and then they jump right out of it right after because it's very temporary. It's not something that's permeated within you. It's not something that you're willing to carry out. Are you gonna take it to the death with it, like what you post about on social media?
Yeah, for me personally. Yeah.
Respect. Not everybody would. Not everyone will go to war over what they think. So with this situation here, what I noticed is that people are automatically saying cancel Tory Lanez automatically. You know what I mean? By default. And the situation does sound like, it did sound like in the beginning that's what happened, right? But then there was a lot of like inconsistencies in the story. There was a lot of inconsistencies in the story.
On which end?
On Meg Thee Stallion's end. Because Meg Thee Stallion, didn't she say that she got out the car and walked out the car?
And then
Now, if she got shot and then the police came and she actually went back into the car where the shooter shot her, then we have ourselves like a double negative. Like there's not even.
Yeah.
how do you perform a week or two after you get shot on SNL and use your strong ass knees to twerk? That shit don't make no sense.
No, let me add to that because like the narrative, the narrative, not you see like now we trying to get to the truth here. Like real talk, I understand what people saying, and it's like like getting to the truth is like we're looking at the facts. We're looking at what Meg Thee Stallion said, and we're looking at what Tory Lanez said. Now she got shot and it didn't hit a bone or a tendon. That was a key detail that I wanted to point out, and I wanted to see how possible that was. So, Will, can you fact check that, bro? Yeah, we need a fact checker on how many bones and tendons are in the foot, exactly, and I want to see exactly where was there an exit wound? Did it just go through or?
This is how it supposedly happened. So
Yeah.
she never got like literally shot in the foot. What she's trying to say is that someone shot a gun and the bullet, like the shrapnel from the bullet, like ricocheting off or something, grazed her. Cause she never literally like a bullet never entered her body at any point, anytime.
Right.
Never.
Right.
If anyone says that, it's absolute cap. Look at the picture for one. Like she posted it. I think she posted it on her IG trying to be like transparent, and it ended up biting her in the ass. Cause that don't even like okay, so you got shot. Like, and I'm not even trying to sound insensitive or any of that, cause like I know it's a very sensitive situation. Like a lot of people have very different opinions on it. I feel like personally, judging the situation, I feel like it does make a little bit more sense from what Tori is saying versus what Meg is saying, for the simple fact that okay, cool, so someone shot you, but you jump back in the car with them. Oh, y'all got pulled over by the cops. You just got shot, mind you, right? You away from this person. You over on a stretcher in the ambulance. You know they taking care of you, asking you what happened, this and that. You don't say nothing about them being shot. You go out and later on say that the reason why you didn't say anything is because you didn't want to have another like quote unquote George Floyd situation or just typical hashtag. You know how it is in America. He made a good point on his live. I don't know if you peeped his live. I don't know if you peeped that. He said something, kind of paraphrasing. He said something about like so you mean to tell me that the ambulance people, the paramedics and everything, they do this 24/7. This is their job. This is their life. You know what I'm saying? They went and they took care of you and they fixed you up, and you told them that you didn't get shot and they believed you. If you got shot, I'm sure they would be able to tell like, yo, you got a little shrapnel in your leg or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it is really, it's a tough situation, especially with everything that's going on in the country, right? Like, especially like, because I feel like that's why so many people jumped on it so quick without even thinking, like, especially with the whole Breonna Taylor thing, like, you know, protecting black women, like, it's a big thing, you know? So, like, people didn't want to be demonized for calling her a liar, because at the end of the day, like, you sit there and think, like, why would someone sit there and lie about getting shot? You feel me? Like, at first, it's like, yeah, oh, and Tory's not saying nothing. Oh, yeah, that boy's guilty. But realistically, when you sit there and you honestly sit there and you think, and you sit down and you think like, okay, real life, screw all the celebrity bullshit. Like, these are real people with real lives. Okay, a shooting situation just happened. Am I gonna be on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram talking about that shit, telling y'all my opinion and my story and this and that, and let my words get misconstrued? Hell no. I got a case to fight. Yeah. I got my freedom to work for. Yeah. You feel me? I'm gonna let my lawyers handle it in a court of law because I'm the only one with a case. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, and that's just, I just feel like, you know, the media is a big part in it. Like, if it wasn't for her jumping on her IG talking about all this and that, and not even just her saying it, the media blowing it up to the proportion that they did by making the memes and making the jokes about it and just dragging it and dragging it and dragging it, not letting it just be like a weak type thing. Like, no, like this.
Do you blame the media or do you blame the people for that?
What do you mean by the people?
I might fuck around and blame the PR.
Oh, the PR?
PR. I blame the people.
Cause you know, listen, yo, this is very short, like Charlatarian. You know, like where it looks like it's straight out of a play. You know what I mean? Right. Like I went to Atlantic Records one time, right? I don't know who's making the sound with. Rock Nation. Rock Nation. Yeah. So, like I went to Atlantic Records and I met the PR of Meek Mill. And like you'll be surprised how much they strategize behind like we need you to beef with this person, you know what I mean? So then like anything is good, like any type of attention is good attention. 100%. Now like that's where I'm going with it, because like I have a theory that, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, like how much do we believe the situation? Do you see the police report? You know what I mean? Like everything we might be arguing about.
Is a lot of it all is public record. Like you could, if you really want to take the initiative out of your day and really like investigate and, you know, do your own little detective work on the whole situation, you can look up public records of the police report, you know, just everything that had happened that night, and you can kind of, I mean, obviously no one really knows what happened except for the 4 or 5 people that was in the car and in that situation. You feel me? However, you can make your own judgment, and like if you use your brain, like it sounds more like Tory's telling the truth, because nothing for nothing, he did just get independent. So that's very, very coincidental.
Rock Nation told him to not say nothing.
And then the fact that they tell him not to make a statement, like why not make a statement?
So you think it's like a slander campaign type of thing?
Honestly, I feel like it is. I feel like it's the fact that, you know, he got his masters. Like, I mean, I know he said it in his track, but like, I mean, look at what happened to Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying, like, feel me, like. That boy got his masters. Who else was it? He owned
the Beatles. He owned like certain records too, like the Beatles records. 100%. And, you know, like that, 100%. like you pretty much own half of Sony with that shit. Like,
and, you know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like once you start making them big moves, you feel me?
Getting out of this territory. Getting out of this territory. Basically, what I wanted to ask now from this point is, I mean, obviously, we spoke about that. Everybody kind of seems to be everybody seems to still be reserving judgment, I guess you could say. I think that's the best way to say it. Everyone's still reserving judgment. We still don't know. Nobody really knows.
Like, I'm not saying
nobody really knows. I mean, the court trial's still pending. Everything's still, all the facts still haven't come out. Everything hasn't come to light. Nobody's been sworn under oath to say the truth or anything like that. Not like people can't lie under oath. But anyways, no one's been sworn under oath or whatever. So right now it's still a pending case. It's still something that's going on. But that now piggybacks into the next narrative of protect the black woman. And black men are not protecting black women. Now, that is the next narrative that I want to bring to you guys. Yeah.
For me,
good looks. A-game
appreciate
with the wisdom.
A-game to
see,
go!
the wise ask questions.
So with that right there, you know, just looking at the situation from the outside, me being a father and having a daughter, like, fuck facts, stories. Nigga, I get a call from my daughter, Daddy, I'm in the hospital, I got shot in the foot. Who are you with? This nigga shot me. Yo, 2 pumps to his chest. Real quick. I'm not gonna care about stories, I'm not gonna care about who's not saying what. You're the only man who's there. You know, some shit pop off, nobody's telling shit. You know, that shit ain't cool.
Your own opinion.
Exactly. And that's reactive. You feel me?
Of course.
But with protecting, you know, black women, you know, with this situation, I don't want to say it's tricky because I'm on the outside looking in. But again, it comes down to facts. But with protecting black women, there are a lot of black men who are out there who are doing their part to protect black women, you know. But there are those who are out there, you know, who, you know, still look at black women as, you know, yo, that bitch just mad. You know, she angry. I can't be around her. You know, they demean them. They talk down on them. I was on fucking World Star, and like the younger generation, they had a clip or a compilation of they're asking the young bulls, yo, who would you rather have, black girl or white girl? 99% of the young males in that video are like, yo, I'd rather have a white girl, a white woman. And they ask them why. They're like, yo, black girls, dark-skinned girls, all they do is yell, they argue, they fight, they're reactive. And white girls, they just, you know, follow.
This is what we doing.
White girls just follow. You feel me? I'm not saying that's my opinion. I'm saying
no, but that's the narrative.
That's the narrative.
Yeah.
So, with what Alex is saying, you know, black women aren't being protected from black men. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like a double-edged sword. You feel me? What you gotta say, bro?
Go ahead, the back.
Yo, honestly, I'm gonna say it like this, right? I believe that there are black men that are willing to protect black women and be there for black women, but those are the men that black women don't choose, right? Now let's be 100. You feel me?
Whoa. Bring it back one more time.
I said there are black men that are willing to protect black women and be there for black women, but those are the black men that black women don't choose to be their significant other. They rather go for, and I'm not gonna say all, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't ever want to generalize, you know, in this generation, you gotta be real specific because you're gonna be canceled for nothing. But there are black women out there that are definitely gonna choose a man that are toxic and are not good for them, as opposed to a man that shows all of the qualities of what they need. Because in reality, they're indoctrinated to following men that are toxic for them. We are willing to protect our black women. You see, us right here, we are willing to protect our black women, but the difference is that will we always be chosen? If you don't fit into a specific narrative of being a hood nigga, a drug dealer, or a nigga with status, then you can sit here and give all of your time, your energy, and attention to a black woman and still not be chosen by her. She'll use you for her attention. She'll use you for your attention, but she will never allow you to be intimate with her because in her eyes, you are not worthy. It's like our women have been indoctrinated to seek men that are toxic for them as opposed to the men that are good for them. Now let's look at the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion.
I'm gonna challenge you real quick.
Okay.
So I just want to challenge that real quick or whatever because I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this one here,
Go ahead.
right? So, of course, what you just said, there's gonna be black women that are gonna hear that, and they're gonna say immediately, your first defense to why black men don't protect black women is basically an attack on black women. You get what I'm saying? Basically, you're saying that the reason that they're not being protected is their own damn fault. In essence,
Well,
you know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
wait.
In essence, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, I'm just saying, I want to challenge you. This is the challenge right here. The challenge is to say that, to come up with a point that does not rely on that.
Yeah, like
You mind if I add on to that too? Because like this is what I was thinking as like before you came through.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking I was wondering where the conversation went in terms of like it started off with protecting black women and then the next thought was more so based on like the dating aspect.
You
know
can't.
what I mean? Like I wanted to, I kind of look at them as isolated things.
I just
Like,
want to check.
Okay. Listen. As much as you want to, I done had situations where I've met a beautiful black queen who is in a relationship that is abusive, and I'm there and I'm telling her like, yo, let's leave that, let's build. I could literally show you another path, but she chose to stay. I can't protect somebody who is not willing to make the decision to do what is meant to protect her soul, her mind, and her body. It all comes in a decision of a black woman, right? Because in reality, they're very strong-minded, just like we are strong-minded. And they're going to do what they want to do. Why? Because in their spirits, they believe in their conviction. See, I believe in all black women, and I believe that we should protect them. But you cannot protect an individual that does not want to protect themselves. And that goes for anybody. You knew the individual that you was with. You knew that the person that you're with is toxic, but you still find the grace in your heart to see if you can continue to fix a person that can't fix themselves. And this is a reality that we don't talk about in the black community. I know so many good brothers, but those brothers continue to get played. But I know so many good black women who continue to get played. In reality, we are toxic. We are toxic as a race. And the way that we deal with one another needs to get better. I will protect a black woman. I will kill for you, black woman. I will dead serious go to jail for you, black woman. But there has to be a place where we could come together and understand that we both have flaws. We are both not perfect. And right now, I can't lie, it's hard for me to find a place in a black woman that believes that she doesn't need me.
You mind if okay. All right, so. All right, what I'm gonna say off the rip is there's no buts when it comes to protecting black women. I believe also that, you know what I'm saying, like the conversation, it usually, other aspects of this usually gets inserted into it, and I wanted to breathe on its own as like the entity of protecting black women and what it looked like. And then here's an example. Literally yesterday, I've been, communicating with a queen. Her name is Janelle, and her son was ran over by a police officer in Randolph 2 months ago. And I kid you not, like it was 1 week after he was ran over, where she heard the footage by chance. It was from his phone, and you can hear the impact. You can tell that the cop did that on purpose. But they're able to like cover their tracks because it's only audio. You don't see the visual of what happened, so it's like it could be deniable evidence, So she's been fighting every single day, without fail. Every single day she's pulling up. She may not be mentally well. She may not have eaten all day. She may not have, like even thought of herself. She's giving all this energy out to her sons and trying to make sure that her other son is doing good in school and everything. Like you see, like that's something that I'm a little frustrated about this society and how we look at this phrase, protect black women, because when it comes to a black woman protecting a black man in this situation, and I'm not going to be anecdotal with others, but in this situation, her and her mother, the Christopher Givens' grandmother, are out there on their own protesting in front of the Randolph Town Hall. And literally they were attacked by 2 police officers. And that's where I had to tap in about, because I've been in communication with her for 2 months, and like she's not getting any response from the community around them, but she might get a beep here and there, but they're not there when she's getting her hands put on her and scratched and abused. Like I could only imagine how her son feels, because he can't walk right now. You know what I'm saying? But you see like how far she will go. Like she dedicated 1 hour every single day to fight for her son. It's a different conversation with that. That's why I want to look at this as an isolated thing to dating, romanticism, any other aspect of it that can be a conversation for another day. But today we're talking about protect black women. A-Game said protect black women. What are your thoughts? This is the first thoughts that come to mind. I could imagine how black women feel. I could only imagine though, because I'm a man. But I'm going to make sure that I'm being as discerning as possible with this. because we have to make sure we make space for where there are issues that are not being addressed amongst black men and black women. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not speaking to nothing else. I'm just speaking to protect black women. What does that look like? And this is my point. I want to go away with. No, one second. It's a chain reaction. Mm-hmm. A black mother is out there in the streets fighting for her son to get physical therapy. Now we're the black men to protect the black mother who's protecting her own son. You know, as she's out there by herself, because ultimately they're looking for protection. They're looking for some, you know, to feel secure in situations. And a lot of times to speak. Now I'm gonna get into the dating lane, right? With that, it's like sometimes they may not feel secure in that relationship, and I'm just being the devil's advocate. They may not feel secure financially, or they don't. You know, your physicality doesn't make them feel like you can hold it down if something goes down at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm gonna play devil's advocate with that, because since that's where it's going, I want to, you know, go down this rabbit hole with you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Hold on. So the reason I actually had them pass me my phone here was I read this earlier or whatever. So if anybody's familiar with like the Tao Te Ching, which is it's a Taoist text or whatever. Yeah. So anyways, in chapter 81, it goes, true words are not beautiful. Beautiful words are not true. I'll repeat that. Mm-hmm. True words are not beautiful.
Beautiful words are not true.
And beautiful words are not true. Mm. True words are not beautiful, and beautiful words are not true. Mm. Now, the thing is, in the conversation that we're having, you know, I do realize I'm being cognizant of the fact that in our conversation, in our exploration of logic, or in our exploration of our explanations, or whatever the case may be, or whatever, this may come across insensitive. This may come across as if we're not empathetic to what the plight of a black woman is. And with also in that, there is a chicken and an egg. There's a chicken and an egg, basically. Yeah. So with that, there's the chicken, which would basically be protection of the black woman, and then there's the egg, which would be what's going to lead to that point. Now, both of these things, which one is higher or more supreme than you know what I'm saying? Which one comes first? Mm-hmm. And that's the question that I think that we're at the moment, wherever, is we're in this scenario where it's like, which one comes first in terms of these different things, or whatever the case may be? Because yes, there is people, there are men who they'll ghost. I mean, they'll be out at the first sign of trouble. They're like, "Yo, I'm watching my," you know what I mean? I seen some footage of a father. His daughter was there was a dog in the neighborhood with the pit bull.
I see that.
My man's hopped on the car
and told his daughter stop crying and run.
My man. So I mean, that's crazy. Now,
that's wild.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
not a father.
Bitch made.
That's something it's ridiculous. Now, you know, we also see other footage, you know, online of different other things or whatever, you know, men putting their hands on the XYZ, so and so. I mean, I don't know all those situations, but also at the same time, it's like there is certain qualities and there's certain things that are manifested in some of these people's personalities. I think that's what we're trying to get at, is there's certain tendencies and qualities that are there. Mm-hmm. And everybody has free will. So if you're opting to get into a situation with this person and you're opting to go in this direction, there's only so much anybody can do outside of that. Because if you're utilizing your free will to go in this situation, there is a certain level of accountability on you for getting into that situation. Now, there's also things you can do to alleviate yourself out of that situation, but also at the same time, once you're in that situation of your own will, you do now have to reach out to your resources in order to, you have to give them now permission to step back into the situation, because a lot of times, like I said, if I was to overstep my bounds and whoop the motherfucker's ass, I have no idea what the situation is.
Right.
Now you back with him next week. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he's still beating it, but you know what I mean? But like all of a sudden you still love him. it's a crazy situation. You know what I'm saying? Now, and that's one of the things that I just don't think that sometimes people realize is when you end up putting yourself in those different situations, it's real. It's not just for play at that moment. It's a real situation. So all these things have to be really taken into account in a lot of different ways or whatever. So I mean, it is a serious subject, and you know, I don't want to make light of anybody's. Like I said, I don't want to make light of the plight of a black woman, and I don't want to make it seem like we're not empathizing in any of those fashions or whatever. But also at the same time, you know what I mean? Like my man said, if in the Meg Thee Stallion situation, if his daughter had called him like that, he's gonna put 2 on him.
Oh yeah.
Now that's a serious repercussion.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? But full and cognizant of knowing, hey, I might go down, he's still gonna do it. Now that takes a different type of willpower. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that you have to also understand or whatever is that when a man does choose to bring that level of protection over you, he's doing so understanding the full gravity of what that protection may entail for him, what type of jeopardy that may put his whole situation into. Now that's just one thing that's basically
wait. If I may right quick, I just have to build off of bro.
Yes.
Look, black women, we vow as black men who understand, and our white boy right here. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a lot. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Because he's woke. He's not. You know what I'm saying? There's white people who understand. You know what I'm saying? Listen. We vow as men in general to always have your best interest at heart. And I 100%, I'm going to be honest with you, black men, I'm going to look you in the eyes and say this, man. We need to be able to sit down, have an event where we invite black women and black men.
Yeah.
And honestly, here's the platform. This is the platform. Black men don't speak. All we do is listen. And we sit down and we allow them the microphone and a panel, and there's all of them up there. Matter of fact, it's like an open mic only for women, but black men are the audience. And we allow them to speak on our problems, our toxicity, our goods, and our bads. Because, bros, you know we not perfect. You know we got a good queen at the crib, but we still out here finagling. You know sometimes that...
What you talking about?
Sometimes. Not everybody. I'm not saying this for everybody, you feel me? But I'm saying that, like, you know that there's times where we do disrespect our queens, and they are angry. Yeah. They're not only angry at the system, but they're angry at the reflections of them or the other gender not being able to recognize that we putting them through a lot more than they meant to go through. Listen, I feel you, black queens. I grew up with nothing but black queens. My mom, my cousin, my sister, my auntie, my grandma, my whole household. When my pops and my mom dudes had a divorce, it was all me and them. And of course, I had to go through my own troubles with them because they're strong black women. But bros, understand that we need to give them the platform and exclude our ego and our pride and allow them to speak and allow them to tell us about ourselves. See, the thing that black brothers really don't like is the fact that, like, black women will unapologetically tell us about ourselves. Yep. And it's not necessarily what we want to hear at the moment. And they say it in a blunt way that hurts our ego and our pride, so we feel like, yo, they disrespecting us, when in reality, it's the truth, and it's what we really need to hear to evolve as men. And this is just a fizzy, you feel me? But there is another way, you know, that I believe that black women can say it without destroying our ego and our pride. But that's only through communication and building. They're so angry. They're so defeated. It's not that they're only going up against us that denounce them in front of white women and light-skinned women, but they're also going up against the system that tells them that they're not great enough too. So that anger, of course, is going to be, directed towards the people that's a reflection of them. That's all I'm gonna say. I hear you, black queens. I'm here for you, black queens. I fight for you, I die for you, black queens, and I'll kill for you too. But at the same time, you got to be able to tell me about myself in order to pull me up so I could be a better partner for you, as opposed to bringing me down because you want revenge on my race of men.
I feel you on that. Communication is key, but also with the black man, you said ego and pride. I feel that that's where our demise is at, especially Not for all black men, because a lot of us got our egos in check.
Before every fall is pride.
You said what?
Before every fall is pride.
Exactly. So, you know, when you got that pride, you think you the shit, you just that nigga, you gonna move how you want, talk how you want, be how you want. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And it's just with that mindset, you know, you become selfish. Like Alex was talking about, A-Game was talking about, with the dog situation, the father and the daughter. He ain't think about his kid. He thought about himself. And there are a lot of brothers out there who move for themselves. They don't move as if they're in a relationship with somebody. They don't move as a unit. They don't move, you know, thinking togetherness, like the bridge to oneness, essentially. You feel me? They move independently and moving and thinking as if, you know, everything is independent. You don't understand me. I'm going through it by myself. It's my struggle. It's not your struggle. I'm going through this. But you got to understand, when you're involved with somebody, you know, it's not just your struggle. You feel me? When you're with somebody, you know, you guys need to build each other up. So, I don't know. I feel like all I'm trying to say about the black man is, niggas, we got to get our egos in check. That pride, you know, sometimes it's cool to, you know, put it away sometimes. That demeaning shit, that talking down shit, you know, when black women talk to us, you know, in a certain way, I feel like that's how they feel they can get through us, because there are times they do try to communicate with us, but our ego and pride is just so up there, it's just like, whatever, bitch, you ain't saying shit. And niggas just walk away. Yeah. So they have to find, you know, that shit that's gonna make you look at them like,
yo,
like,
bro,
yo.
A lot of our black women are leaving us and going towards Thomas. You see what I'm saying? Like, like, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Hey, bro, it's the track. I'm just saying. I can't even get the respect. I can't even get the Anthony.
You about to take her down?
But yo, like, yo, hey, I'm gonna be, wow, yo, I'm gonna be 100 though. I don't blame you, black woman.
100%.
Cause we ain't.
It's not your fault.
I mean, I'm not gonna say a lot of. Okay, there's 100% of us black men. 20% of us ain't shit, and the 20% that you met probably led you to do that. But there's 80% of us that are faithful, that are loyal. Yo, why'd you laugh? Yo, what's up?
Yo, you faithful. You loyal.
You feel me?
You the best.
No. It's the way he's saying it. It's real shit, because just like how a bunch of black men have a bunch of black women pegged, they have us pegged as well. They think we all the same. All niggas ain't shit. All niggas is dogs. Hey,
yo, I have a question. I might want to shift this one real quick, but it's along the same lines. I don't know if you want to build on this, but this, yo, listen, like, being in a black family, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, I was the only man in the house after my parents' divorce. Now, it was a matriarchal household. So a lot of the lessons that I had to learn I was learning from people who are an outward extension of my family. And that's usually how it's set up for a lot of men who's trying to get some sense of direction and purpose and, you know, vigor with what they truly like see as valuable for themselves. Right? So like there's been like a whole movement based on that called Red Pill. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with this, and I wanted to see what like basic. Okay, this is only my definition of it, and it could be wrong. I would love for somebody out there to correct me if I'm wrong. Now, the Red Pill mentality is sort of like you're an alpha. You know what I mean? And you are perfectly fine with being by yourself. You're not looking to be in a relationship. That's not what makes you go every single day, right? What drives you is your purpose and your determination and your consistency, like and what you're doing and what you're focusing on. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen the resurgence of it, because I heard it before, and then I saw the resurgence of it on YouTube channels, a lot of that I could name, but not at the moment. I'm too late. But they have videos that consistently show you the inconsistencies and how we even approach our mirror before we go into a relationship or start dating or whatever. So a lot of people who get played for a fool in those situations, like they had to learn the hard way rather than hear the instructions. You know what I'm saying?
So, all right. So if we're getting on to this topic.
Yeah. Now, go in.
All right. So if we're getting on to this topic,
Go in.
if you guys aren't familiar with it already, red pill, are you guys?
No.
Have you heard the term before?
Yeah, A-Game's gonna correct me.
Red pill.
Like red pill, blue pill?
Yeah, red pill. So have you heard the term like as used in have you used it?
Like red pill, blue pill?
Red pill, blue pill, yeah.
Yeah,
That's basically the concept. So basically the idea is if you take the red pill, now all of a sudden you start to understand the matrix,
yeah,
right?
now that you defined it that way, I was completely off.
So that's basically the ideology behind it, right?
Okay.
Is now you're starting to understand the matrix. So basically you're starting to understand all the lies being told to you, right? So the idea is that basically a lot of the tenets of red pill theory or whatever you want to call it or whatever is basically about understanding female nature. So within that they have a term that's called hypergamy. If you've never heard of the term hypergamy, basically what it means, hypergamy. Hypergamy.
Yo, yeah,
So-
I know we got far to go, but put us on, bro.
You know what hypergamy?
Alright, yeah, I'm familiar
So
with the term.
hypergamy is basically what they believe is what a woman's nature is. So hypergamy, as defined by the red pill, is basically they say that basically women are constantly looking to date up. Date up.
So,
No, they're looking to date higher than whatever they're trying to always date into the next social structure.
Right.
They're always trying to date into the next.
You can't make no
They're
less
all,
than
but that's what I'm saying. They're always
100,000
trying to
a year.
date with the next
And
guy
like
who's
those
got
type of
more money,
expectations,
the
yeah.
next guy who's got more better looks, the next, you know what I'm saying? So
more of something.
yeah,
I
in a
feel
certain
like-
sense. So basically, what they're constantly doing, the female.
agree.
So what they're saying is, the female has a certain dating strategy. This is the tenet of it. The female has a certain dating strategy. So from like, I don't know, up to 30s or whatever, they believe there's a wall that happens at 30. Basically, a lot of women hit the wall and whatever. So, anyways, from 20 to 30, they're at their best. They're at their best looks, peak of their life, whatever you want to say, right? Early 20s. So then, what ends up happening is, during this point in time or whatever, they're basically trying to land the most alpha guy in the world. They're trying to get somebody who's a straight up alpha, a guy who's a bad boy, guy who's a leader of his craft, a guy who's the top athlete, the top gangster, the top whoever. He's just got to be top, right?
Mhm.
So they want somebody who's like that. They want somebody who's going to be like exhibiting these things or whatever. And basically, an alpha, basically, one of the biggest things with an alpha is he's a risk taker. He's a risk taker, and generally people who are at the top of their industry also generally have an attitude like they don't care in a certain sense because of the fact that they have a certain level of status that allows them to just basically have a certain attitude about things, right? So that's basically how you may define those things, right?
Yeah.
So with that, what ends up happening is throughout that time or whatever, so basically within the red pill ideology or whatever, what they're going to believe is the woman's going to basically do that, find the alpha. The alpha, they may get lucky and the alpha's a good guy. You know what I mean? And he stays and, you know, they live happily ever after or whatever. But a lot of times the alpha's, you know, he's got a lot of options and he's an alpha. So they end up getting hurt. They may end up with a baby. And basically from that point in time, after 30 years old, they're now changing dating strategies.
Yeah.
So now instead of going after the alpha, they start going after the beta. So the guy who can provide, the guy who's going to take care of their kids, the guy who's going to give them money, the guy who's going to give them like, you know, just social security, all this stuff or whatever. So basically, the best example of that would be Sierra. The best example of that would be Sierra. She dated every alpha dude. She dated every alpha dude until. But that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, she dated every alpha that you could imagine. She dated 50. She dated Bow Wow. She dated, Future. And then after that,
That nigga's alpha.
she
That
went.
nigga's cowboy.
And then after that,
He's the dog.
Wait.
then after that, she went to
Future.
Thin. Future.
He's the he's the face of.
Bro, he gotta write a book.
He's the face of
Oh, he
toxic.
has-
He's the
he
face of
gotta write- he gotta
toxicity.
write- Yeah, he has to.
He's straight toxic.
He's not toxic.
Huh?
They toxic. He's not toxic. They toxic.
There you go.
They toxic.
That's it right there.
We
Yo, that ain't good.
The cap comes Future Nigalations verse 147. Always allow this.
I'll look Bible first.
Always allow what?
Always allow thou to be truthful in a situation where she's youthful.
Where she's youthful?
Yes.
Always be truthful where she's youthful?
Yes.
What?
Wait.
Huh?
Where we going?
What does that even mean?
It's a metaphor.
All right.
It's up to
Keep
interpretation.
contextualize it so that no one will take it out of context, because you know how people give it up.
Yeah. So. If she's youthful,
Break it down.
that means that she has energy.
Okay.
And the energy that she has is energy that's conducive for the spirit that is young, but old at the same time.
Yo, why you sound like Lord of Lux right now? Like, what? Nigga.
Oh, first verse.
Yo, like, yo,
So basically,
look at me, kid. Yo,
look at me, kid.
look at this.
Yeah, this is.
It's like a fit.
but the
honestly,
thing is, my man, he be running through him.
Yo,
That's the thing. He just be running through him.
ooh,
Future.
that's not true.
Hey, look, man. I don't know that man. I don't
My
know.
man
I
got
don't
like
have
10
a
baby
number.
moms.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because he's a king.
Like, who's the fuck last name?
But he be running
I
through
don't
him.
know.
He's not running through nothing.
Birds of a feather flock together.
He be running.
Yo, I saw like a count of how
He be
many.
strolling.
He be living his life.
How
and they
many?
come
How
to
many
him.
queen mothers?
He running.
He not running. He walking.
He walking.
He pacing. He chilling. He don't even hit the treadmill.
Nah.
Yo, you talking like this nigga like moonwalking?
Like that's
through
your
the world, bro.
mentor, bro.
He power.
But like I said, he just running. I'm saying you're running.
Yo,
Like my man ain't never heard of a rubber.
Flabbergasted.
Like he ain't never heard of a rubber.
They ain't never heard of a rubber?
What do you mean they ain't never heard of a rubber?
What's going on?
He got more to lose than them.
They trap that man, bro.
Do we though?
Yes.
Do he? No, he don't.
Yes, he does.
Does what?
You know how much child support that
A
is?
man
It's
with
not child
no
support. When you
a
can
man with no
provide, you
heart.
need child support.
A man with no heart. What is there left to lose?
Hey yo.
It don't matter if he can provide. They still gonna bring him to court. They just did.
Yo, for all the
They
men
just
out
took him back
there
to court
who's on
again.
Child support, man.
Brother,
my heart goes out to you
A lot of
too,
black men
bro.
go to court for a lot of things they don't deserve.
Exactly.
And if we being 100, I'm gonna pass it right back to my brother.
But what I'm saying though is,
Oh, he lit! I knew it!
why give yourself 10, 15 opportunities to go back to court?
Bro,
You
Why
ever
give
gamble?
yourself 10 to
You ever
15?
gamble? You should have won sometime.
oh.
Even a broken clock's right
I
2
can
times a
tell
day.
You the type of nigga that'll go for Aussie evens.
That's smooth.
No, I'm just saying, even a broken clock's right 2 times a day.
But at the same time, if it's right, that means that in some way, shape, or form, it contains truth. And the truth,
For that moment.
no.
And then once the moment's over, it's wrong again.
Well, if you are looking at it from your perspective, but it's all a matter of perception.
But what I'm saying is he's right for a moment.
Hate that statement.
He's right for 2 moments out of the day.
It means that
And then the rest of the day he's wrong.
But think about
It
it.
means,
You always
Bang
look
that.
forward
Bang
to
that
those
perception, bro.
moments.
say it again, my brother.
You always look forward to those two
Because
moments.
those two moments
Yo, y'all
is the
too
moments
lit,
where
bro.
it's the truth.
And it feels
Yo,
like
it's
a
coming
lifetime.
out. It's all.
Yeah,
it's
y'all
all
definitely
happening.
too lit.
So lifetime without a lifeline.
Bad.
A lifetime without a
Get
lifetime.
it back. Yo.
Yo, this was the topic real quick, man. I want to talk about King of the Five. Let's talk about him. Can we talk about King of the
Yo,
Five?
this like the.
And how has he merged, bro?
Hey,
Have you
man,
been
I
following?
don't know.
Yo, let's start a new
Yo,
episode,
come on.
bro. Y'all about to change your clothes?
Yo, bro,
Let's start a
they're
new
doing what we just did.
Yo,
We're
let's start a new
freestyling.
episode. Y'all about to change your clothes?
Let's end this episode.
Yeah, and then
Alright.
start a new one.
Yo, we're gonna end this one, start a new one, cause we coming in hot. This is
We can
Wise.
just end this.
Yeah, we can end that.
Wise of the Sixth Element, where hip hop and sociology collage. Yo, turn off the.